Welcome back to my film and TV channel, and I have a BBC Two sitcom to talk about today. So I can promise you it's split opinion for various reasons, not just for what we're talking about as a script, but obviously for the wokeness and all the typical things that a BBC drama, whether it's a serious one or a comedy one, will instill in people. It sort of splits opinions normally. So we're going to approach this with a little bit of trepidation, but I'll give you my views on it anyway. We're going to look at The Witchfinder, this is called. A 6-episodic times, about 28 minutes little comedy sitcom drama series. So we're going to have a look at that today. Please, if you are new to the channel, I do these TV drama reviews, do movie reviews, information vlogs. So if you like what you see, please push that subscribe button. Much appreciated. Press that notification so you know these little vlogs are coming out on these reviews and information vlogs, stuff like that. And please try and get between 10 and 15 and 20 even. If I can push it to 20, I've got 20 before on the film and TV channel. I've got a lot more on certain vlogs, but you can give us a thumbs up, guys, if you appreciate what I try and do for you. That'd be absolutely wonderful. Right, we're going to have a look at The Witchfinder. Yeah, it was showing on BBC Two from Tuesday the 8th of March weekly, but as you'd expect, you can binge watch this on BBC iPlayer. I did binge watch it. I would probably not binge watch it. I don't think it's got the legs for a binge watch. I think if you watch it every few days or watch it weekly on the BBC, I think that's okay. It's just, we'll talk about it more in a bit, but obviously I did binge watch it, but it's not the ideal way to watch this, even though it's only, less than 3 hours in total. It's created, written and directed by Neil Gibbons and Rob Gibbons, the Gibbons Brothers, of course. They're actually responsible for such things as This Time with Alan Partridge, which was another one that got a little bit of a mixed audience when that came out. Producer Joe Fraser and the executive producer is Steve Coogan, so no surprise there, and Christine Langham. And who's playing the roles? Well, we've got the Witchfinder, Gideon Bannister's played, pretty well by Tim Key. It's not my, he sort of grew on me a little bit, but I wasn't overly impressed. But Thomasine Gooch is played by the wonderful, or I do like, Daisy May Cooper. Goodwife Selden by Phoebe Walsh, another one I do enjoy watching. Goodwife Griffin is Celeste String. Hat Seller Mike Wozniak. Allmeyer's Jessica Hines. Topcliffe Vincent Franklin, and lots of very, very sort of common faces to us here in the UK. A lot of actors, a lot of comedy actors in this. And what's it about? Well, a failing witchfinder transports a suspected witch to a trial that could change his fortunes, fingers crossed. But first he has to deal with the worst possible travel companion. So it's like a road movie, most of this. And road-free trip across the country gripped by civil war, famine and the plague. Yeah, I mean, what could go wrong? Probably a nice, simple journey. Not. So actually this score or the comments are all at the 12th of March 2022 at 2 p.m. Internet Movie Database, just below that figure I like to see. I like to see a 6 out of 10, don't I? Just 5.8 out of 10. That's based on 245 scores left. Of that 245, it was probably a 66-34 split. 117 gave it anywhere between 6 and 9 out of 10. I've ignored the 10 out of 10s, which there are, and I've ignored the 1 out of 10s, which there are. And 51 people gave it between 2 and 5. So, probably a 2/3 positivity on this one. So, not a total disaster, but I'd say 5.8 out of 10, just a little bit short of the 6 out of 10. But there is a lot of negativity. As I said, let me just give you a couple of the negatives, and you probably understand where we're coming from with these. So these were left on Internet Movie Database. This is the first negative. Apart from insensitive release of this on International Women's Day, which it was, given that the majority of victims of witch trials were women who were murdered after horrendous torture, I have to say, if this is supposed to be comedy, it is flat and lifeless with very little humour. Right, so that wasn't that wasn't on its own, that criticism. There's a lot of people with criticism. I'll just read you another one before I give a couple of positives just to balance it out. If you're going to set the action in the 17th century, at least make some effort to have the cast reflect that. these all look, I did say the BBC causes problem with its with the PC wokeness, if you like. These all look as if they have spent the week in the hell spa having their eyebrows plucked. Well, not all of them. Apart from the over-representation of black characters, the storyline was non-existent. Well, it is. It's just a bit repetitive, I think. It seemed to revolve around taking a woman to Matthew Hopkins, of course, the Witchfinder General, a real evil torturer and murderer. And they might just well have made it about Adolf Hitler. By the way, scattering the F word throughout the script does absolutely nothing to improve it. An appalling mess. Watch it at your peril. I might be coming blunt. I might be coming numb to the F word. I didn't really notice it that much, in all fairness. Well, that's me. But that's where we're coming from. This is a problem we got with people who didn't like it. And as I said, those two critiques certainly weren't alone. Some positives, though, just to finish off on, because I want to be positive on this, because I don't think it's as total disaster as most people are saying. A slow start, but stick with it, someone said. The subject matter didn't grip me to begin with, but the story develops to become less about the situation and more about the characters. Some great one-liners and a super cast. Yeah. And another positive from someone totally different. I thought The Witchfinder was a brilliant watch, light-hearted comedy. It's just what is needed at this moment in time. Most of the people leaving reviews on this seem to be taking this too seriously and forgetting that the series is a sitcom. I absolutely love Daisy May Cooper. So do I. She is brilliant. Thank you for coming back to our screens. I recognise quite a lot of actors who have been in previous shows that I found really funny, and it was nice to see them all on one show together. Yes, so say all of us. I agree with a lot of that, but I'm not saying it's as fantastic as that critique is saying. So what am I saying? Let's sort of try and be succinct as to what I think. Daisy May Cooper is part of the reason I enjoyed the comedy This Country. If you've not watched This Country, if that's not your type of humour, it certainly is mine, and I love that with her in it. And this certainly helped. It certainly helps her in having her in this. I might have struggled a little bit more if she hadn't been in it. At least it kept my interest in this 6-episode comedy series. Not that it's the best she's done in my mind. She's certainly not a patch on This Country, but there are moments, and I think that's the basis of this series. There are moments, but there is a lot that isn't so great. But there is some nice bits in it as well. I mean, it's a definite Marmite, isn't it? I mean, I'm in between, so I'm not a Marmite on this. I'm not definitely for or against it. I'm a little bit in between, but it is definitely splitting opinions. For me, it does try a little hard sometimes, and some of the funny stuff. Yes, there is funny stuff in my mind. Some people said it's not funny, but I did find some of the lines, some of the looks, some of the characterization very funny. But some of the funny stuff is actually sort of missed because there's such a barrage of verbal input throughout the episode. They seem to try and get as many one-liners in as they can, and a lot miss, but some do hit. But as I said, you could be put off and actually miss the good bits for me. But as I said, I stuck with it, mainly because of Daisy May Cooper, of course, but mainly because a couple of the characters eventually I did invest in them and they were okay. So that's why I kept on watching. It's, as I said before, about a binge watch. Yeah, it's possibly less watchable as a binge watch because they throw that much at you. You just get a bit phased out with it, or just a little bit numb at all the stuff they throw at you. So it's probably better if you watch this sort of with a gap in between, or as I said, weekly is probably the best thing. And This Time with Alan Partridge, if you think about This Time with Alan Partridge, if you like This Time with Alan Partridge, I mean, that was ultimately very hit and miss for many as well, and similar to this. And obviously, if it's from the same people, and you know what you're getting, so if you like that, you've got a chance you'll like this. Obviously, set about 400 years at a different time, but it's still a similar sort of humour. It's updated to now, and you get the odd F word, of course, which someone commented about before, but I said I've become a little bit numb because I didn't really notice. But then again, there's that much going on, I probably might have missed half of them as well. The best thing to do, all I can suggest, guys, is because it is Marmite, just watch episode 1. If you watch episode 1 and you can't get through it, or if you watch episode 1 and you sort of like it, and it's certainly not the best episode, I think it does improve. It's certainly not the worst episode. I think obviously there are a couple of episodes that didn't quite hit the mark. But if you do like episode 1, just carry on. And if you don't, find something else to watch. It's as simple as that. And that's what the choice we've got, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's all we can do. So for me, it wasn't great, but it wasn't a disaster either. There was enough in it for me to say, oh, that was okay. Whether I wouldn't particularly go back and watch it again, as I'd watch, obviously, This Country again, stuff like that, and the Alan Partridge stuff. I'd probably watch that again. So it's not great. It's not a disaster. So I'm going to give it my watchable score because it was watchable for me. But I can fully appreciate people who did not. I would say if you don't have that sort of humour, it may become a little bit unwatchable. But it's certainly watchable for me. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. And as I said, watch that episode one, see what you think. If you sort of like it, you don't have to love it. If you sort of like it, as I said, within the next 5 episodes, there's good bits, there's bad bits, and yes, there is a bit of a story, but it's more a road movie and the humour involved in it, the one-liners, the looks, all this sort of thing, which just have to watch and take out all the little good bits amid some okay sort of average stuff, average to boring stuff. But there are lots of good bits within the 6 episodes, and they're only 28 minutes long, so can't be that bad, can it? Let me know what you think anyway, guys. It's great. I mean, I know what I think. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. What we're going to do rest of the day. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More important, let's all look after each other. To meet here again on the Film and TV channel. Oh, that's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.